$1, 500, that's how much you could overpay on a simple $10,000 home equity loan from Wells Fargo, and most borrowers never realize it until it's too late. First-time homebuyers think a home equity loan is straightforward. You borrow 10 grand, you pay it back. But the fine print is packed with fees that quietly compound into real money. Here's why you need to watch this now. If you're planning to tap your home equity for renovations, debt consolidation, or emergencies, you're probably about to make a decision based on incomplete information. The cost difference between a transparent loan and one loaded with hidden charges could mean an extra $50 to $100 a month out of your pocket, money you could be using for something else. That's the delta we're closing today. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact fees Wells Fargo charges on a $10,000 home equity loan, how they're buried in your paperwork, and the questions to ask before any lender gets your signature. Let's start with the origination fee. That's line 1004 on your loan estimate, and it's where the first layer of cost hits. Wells Fargo charges what's called an origination fee, which on a $10,000 loan typically lands between 1% and 3% of your borrowed amount. That's $100 to $300 right off the top. But here's where it gets worse. On top of the origination fee, Wells Fargo's home equity products carry annual maintenance fees, sometimes called annual account fees, that run $25 to $50 per year. Over a 10-year loan term, that's $250 to $500 in pure maintenance charges, separate from interest. The research shows that when you add origination fees, annual charges, and the interest rate itself, a $10,000 home equity loan at 8.5% over 10 years costs you approximately $1,500 more than the same loan with no origination fee and no annual charges. That's not including whatever interest rate they quote you, that's just the fee structure. Now, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau data indicates that most borrowers don't compare these fees across lenders before committing. They see the headline rate, 8.5% on your home equity, and miss the closing costs section entirely. Federal Reserve survey data shows that home equity borrowers lose an average of $800 to $200 in potential savings by not shopping 3 different lenders. When you layer Wells Fargo's fees on top, you're looking at a total cost that's nearly double what a more transparent lender might charge. Here's the specific breakdown on a $10,000 Wells Fargo home equity loan. Origination fee of 2% equals $200. Annual account fee of $35 per year times 10 years equals $350. Interest at 8.5% on a 10-year amortization totals roughly $4,685. Add those together, $5,235 in total cost for borrowing $10,000. Compare that to a lender charging 8.5% with 0 origination fee and 0 annual charges. Your total interest alone would be $4,685. The fee difference, $550 to $1,500 depending on the exact terms and the length of your loan. Why does this matter right now? Interest rates are elevated across the mortgage market. The Federal Reserve's recent data shows 30-year mortgage rates hovering near 6.8%, and home equity rates are tracking higher, often 8% to 9.5%. When rates are high, every basis point of extra cost, every origination fee, every annual charge eats into your financial flexibility. First-time home buyers especially need to know this. You're already stretching your budget. Hidden fees are the difference between I can afford this and I'm house poor. The takeaway: before you sign a home equity loan anywhere, ask for the complete loan estimate in writing. Line 1004 should show origination fee. Line 1008 should show annual charges. Line 1031 should show your total interest. Compare all 3 across at least 2 other lenders. A difference of $1,500 in fees might not sound dramatic until you realize it's $13 to $15 a month you're not paying to Wells Fargo that you could be putting toward retirement, emergency savings, or actually paying down your primary mortgage faster. Smart buyers ask the right questions, keep asking.